Hello, John Longcroft-Neal here for vlog number 20. On 19, I talked about the internet being a bad thing, or was it a good thing? Anyway, I've done both. And yeah, it's true, it can be a good thing and a bad thing. But that's the way things are. I'd like to just move this on a little bit, because when we have the internet as a huge tool that we can use, it's a bit like Forrest Gump saying, life is like a box of chocolates. Well, actually, I'm going to say life is a bit like a supermarket. And when you go to the supermarket, everything is on display for you to buy. They don't care what you buy. As long as you buy something, that's it. What you have to do is choose what to buy, which is good for you, or which is your preference. And some things you have to avoid completely. For instance, in the past, you could buy as much tobacco as you wanted, or you could go and buy all the cakes that you wanted, or you could buy all the fizzy drinks that you wanted, or you could buy all the alcohol that you wanted. And a lot of those things are not good for you. So you shouldn't buy them at all. And I don't. Sometimes I go down the aisles in the supermarket and say, I never go down there. I don't go down the fizzy drinks aisle. I don't go down the alcohol aisle, because those things I don't consume. And life's a bit like that. You have to pick and choose what you're going to do. For instance, horse racing. I've never been to a horse race. I don't bet. I hate the idea of betting. I think it's obnoxious. And so I never entertain it. If it didn't occur, it wouldn't bother me. If it all stopped tomorrow, that's great. So there's some things in life which you just don't need to touch. So there you are. I think what we need to do then is follow some sort of guidance, our own moral guidance about what we decide to do. And how do we decide that? I think surely we either learn from life and make our own decisions, which is fair enough, but we also often, I think, follow a hero. We have an example, somebody to look up to, a role model. And there are a number of role models around. They're not all perfect, of course. Sometimes they would do some things which are great and they think, yeah, but he does this as well, or she does this as well. They have their shortcomings sometimes. But it's great to look up to people, and the more role models we have in the public eye, the better, particularly if they are of minority groups. So if they are of the BAME, the Black, Asian minority ethnic groups, then that's a good thing. And I have to say, I think the media, particularly in this country, in the UK, the BBC and the TV companies, they will use people from different ethnic groups to present stuff, and they are absolutely super, and I applaud them for doing that, and they still need to do more. Likewise, we need more police, more surgeons and judges and people like that who are in those groups, to give people something to look up to. Right, so here's the thing. How about I ask, who would be your hero? Who would you look up to? Who is your role model? I'll change tack for a moment. I found out who Sisyphus is. Thank you very much for getting back to me. It wasn't Sisyphus himself, which is a Greek character who pushed a rock up a hill and it came down again, so he had to keep doing it. So thank you for exposing yourself, so to speak. We now know who you are, and he lives in California. I thought as much, something like that. Anyway, yeah, so, who's your role model? Who's your hero? I suppose many would say, so I'll get this one in quick, they'll say, what would Jesus do? And that's absolutely fine, because the stories of what Jesus did were absolutely wonderfully remarkable. Unfortunately, that was a very long time ago, and there's only a certain amount of detail we've got about what that was. So who would be your role model? Okay, I'll tempt you along. This would be mine, Abdu'l-Baha. I'll tell you more about that next time, okay? See you soon, bye-bye.